Hey everybody, and welcome back to BMX News Live, a weekly live BMX news show where I talk about everything that happened in the previous week in the world of BMX that I think you guys might care about. Say it as fast as I possibly can. So, we're here. We got a bunch of people in the chat. What's up, everybody? We got Travis S. first in the chat today. We got Kyle McDonald, Jeff Mead, JR Hobbs, members in the chat. The Karinsky fam has been a member for 44 months. That is almost 4 years. Crazy. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. What's up, Ash Farad, too? Good to meet you at the Buckeye Bike Show. Good morning. Caleb Oni is in the chat. It's been a while. Hi, Caleb. We got Kevin Zuba in here. We got, who else? Style and Switch, Justin Lee. There are more member chats than there are non. Crazy. Kevin Jackson is here as well. So, first thing we have to talk about this week is a GoFundMe page for Gremlin of, why is it blocked out of my brain? The Daily Grind. There we go. So unfortunately, Gremlin has had cancer for a while now, and they're still fighting that. So if you want to read more about this, they've had to travel over to Germany to seek alternative treatments with this. So if you can help, I'm sure anything that you can help with would be appreciated for this goal. So that will be the first thing linked in the description down below. Now, for some context for the thumbnail this week, as we get Caleb's poll of the week. Let's see. I'm gonna before we even get in here. So, favorite types of videos / edits. We'll do trails. So this would be riding videos. Like edit type deal. Park, add street, well-rounded, aka the right answer. There we go. We got a poll in chat from Caleb. Caleb's poll of the week. Boom, boom, boom. Brant, is there any way we can have an X Games watch party tonight on your channel? BMX Park is tonight. I will have to look into that. I completely forgot to do the thing where you apply for that. I goofed, but it's not, it starts at like 10 p.m. We'll get there. We'll talk about X Games in a second, but I'll look into it because that one is legitimately 12 hours from now. But for some context with the thumbnail, let's just go ahead and show you it real quick because I'm sure some people probably have no idea what's going on here. So this past weekend, I was at the Buckeye Bike Show with a whole bunch of people, and Mark Flip of Albies was there. We got to talking about my sample brake lever from Alienation, thinking about a funny video we could do with it. So he made a video stealing it. And so that's where the thumbnail comes from. I'm Sherlock Brant trying to figure out who broke into my car and stole the brake lever as Flip drives away in the Albies van. And Victoria is just sitting there watching. Pretty funny. But there's some context for you for the thumbnail. Thank you, Keggy. Always killing it with the thumbnails. I have been informed that this is where all of the silly geese are. Couldn't be more correct. BMX After Park. That's hilarious. So, next up on my list for BMX news this week, we have Nate Richter's new brand for a drink. I saw this on Instagram. A bunch of people were commenting on it. It's called Caffeined Organic Brewed Elated, I don't know, tea, real fruit juice, adaptogenic benefits, natural energy, no added sugar, and no carbonation. Non-carbonated. Thought it was cool that BMX rider is starting something like this. Look at this AI generated photo. That's funny. Either way, thought it was cool that Nate Richter's getting into something like this, starting a brand, and I'm sure people will be stoked to support it. There's already hundreds of comments on it. If you want to watch the video and learn more about it, you can do that here, and we'll keep going here. So, speaking about drinks, we're launching into the news this week. I know a bunch of people have tried this and really enjoyed it. And if you guys want to try it, BMX 30% off, makes like $20, maybe a little more for a whole case of this. Free shipping. Try it out. I really like strawberry lemonade. It has cognizin, which is a nootropic, all natural ingredients, and lots of goodness there. So let's keep going here and talk about the Ohio BMX Trail Series raffle bike that Wes is putting together. Hoosier Mid School BMX. I'm sure you guys remember that page in its peak where just all kinds of really, really awesome mid-school parts were being bought and sold and posted about. It was such a cool era where Wes was doing this stuff. I mean, Revenge Breaks, some OG bearing brakes. It was really cool. Well, since the Ohio BMX Trail Series has started up, Wes has been building up, or last year he built up 2 bikes that ended up getting raffled off. My Boston accent came out. But this year he's building up a 97 DK Legend, and you can buy tickets at all of the Ohio BMX Trail Series stops. Should be pretty awesome. And we have the Champion BMX Shill of the Week. This is something that we missed last week because Kurt never showed up. So thank you, Kurt. And let me get it onto the board here. Kurt Schmidt showed up last week, but not Kurt Rowell of Champion BMX. So thank you, Kurt. Champion BMX, mail order out of Washington. Relatively new in the scene of BMX mail orders and trying to support BMX. They support Jeff Mead. So there you go. Champion BMX Shill of the Week. Get to the Ohio BMX Trail Series. Buy a raffle ticket. Buy hundreds of raffle tickets because I'm going to buy one and win with it. So you're going to need hundreds if you're going to win over that. So we've got X Games Osaka this weekend starting tonight. So we have the main page here for the event. We have it literally, when I said 12 hours, it was exactly 12 hours because it's 10:05. I thought I was correct in that, but I wasn't 100% sure. So we have the schedule up here. We have Women's Skatevert, BMX Park, and Women's Skateboard Street going down tonight, starting at 8:45 p.m. Eastern. It's really great that they have converted the times for us to local time, so no more figuring it out. Shout out to, we got 30 people in the chat. Did you ever post a video of you interviewing Wes? I thought I saw a clip of you interviewing him at one of the jams. I pointed the camera at him and made him like talk about the bike a little bit, the bikes that he was giving away at the Coasters Jam, so it would be in that video, but I didn't do like a dedicated interview with him. That could be fun. So yeah, look forward to BMX Park tonight at 10. Maybe we could rally the troops and get a watch party with Noah and Jeff and Kevin all together at one time. Maybe, I don't know, throwing it out there because Victoria texted me and said you won't do the watch with Jeff, Kevin, and Noah on live. Interesting. What's up, Thunder Midget? What's up, Cookie Fresh? Adam Ortiz is here. Kevin says, maybe. We're almost to 40 people in the chat. Thank you for tuning in. Pirate Duck, afternoon, everyone. Austin said, just getting back into riding at almost 30. Know of any really strong frames that are mid-ground for geometry that has tabs? I'll zoom in. J.R. Hobbs wants to tune in. Well, when Noah flakes on us, that could be fun. Stream it on your Rumble channel. In other news, starting a Rumble channel this evening. Austin, strong frames that are mid-ground for geometry that has gyro tabs. Most frames that come from Taiwan these days have gyro tab holes in them, so you could put on removable gyro tabs, which is what you want, because if they're welded on and you kick it and mess it up, then it's ruined forever. But if it's just Allen wrenched on with that little machine bolt thingy and you mess it up, you can just take it off and put a new one on. I would say pick the company that you want to support the most and watch my frame geometry video and see if they have a frame that aligns with what that would be. And in terms of like, if you want to go American made, S&M, Fit, always an option. Two companies that I rep, and they have every single geometry combination you could possibly want. Genuinely. Every single one. Tony Hamilton. That got me for a second. I thought that said Tony Hamlin. And I was like, whoa. I'm 32 and just getting back into BMX. That's why I was like, whoa. 32 getting into BMX after 12 years. Like, that almost tracks. My choice was the King Switch. Yeah. Let's see. Let's keep going here. Let's get into some more of the schedule. So tomorrow we have, holy cow, 2:30 a.m. If you want to stay up late, you can watch BMX Park Best Trick, which Jeremy Malott will be in. Then tomorrow at 8:45 p.m. we have BMX Street, followed by Flatland at 10:05 p.m. And then that's it. So we have Street, Park, and Park Best Trick, as well as Flatland. X Games Osaka. So who's going to be in these? Let's go to the invited athletes. Go down to BMX. Let's see. Cookie Fresh says those live talks, like the OnlyFans one, for example, available to watch live for subs, right? Because I've been... anybody can watch those live when they happen, and they're just videos after the fact. But if you want to become a member, you can get access to videos before everybody else, because I'm able to schedule videos ahead of time for members to watch before they're actually publicly released. That is the benefit to that. And I usually get videos up the day before they actually go live. Sometimes it's the same day. Sometimes it's only a couple hours, but it's usually at least one a week that's up pretty far ahead of time. Let's see. In BMX Flatland, we have Terry Adams, Matthias Dandois, Vicky Gomez, Kyo Hayakawa, Alex Jumelin, Yu Katagiri, Dub, John William Prevost, Moto Sasaki, and Yohai Uchino. Man, I was doing so good till the end. BMX Street, we've got Courage Adams, Jordan Godwin, Boyd Hilder, Lewis Mills, Kevin Peraza, Felix Prangenberg, Garrett Reynolds, and Devin Smiley. Dave Mira, BMX Park Best Trick. It's sick that they've kept that name. Jeremy Malott, Logan Martin, Kevin Peraza, Daniel Sandoval, Bryce Tryon, Mike Varga, and Ryan Williams. What's up, Kyler Anderson? King Switch is a perfect getting back into riding bike. Yeah, if you're going to get a complete bike, a bike at that level is going to have better components on it that will last longer. Because the Switch is like $700-800 price range if you're talking about an entire bike. Yeah, what do we think's gonna happen? Varga and Best Trick. Ryan Williams, we know he's gonna go for the double flip to fakie again. That's trick he's got a vendetta for. What about BMX Park? We've got Marcus Christopher, Anthony John, Logan Martin, Rim Nakamura, Kevin Peraza, Daniel Sandoval, Jose Torres, and Bryce Tryon. We'll see how this lineup shakes out. Is that tonight? Pretty sure that's tonight. Look at that. So if you want to watch, it'll be on the X Games YouTube channel. I believe they're on Twitch as well. It's wild that X Game is back-to-back weekends. For real? I didn't even realize that. Salt Lake City. Dang, it is. Holy cow. Is it going to show the invited? Yeah, let's... That's wild. So there's a lot more happening at X Games SLC. It's Salt Lake City, and it seems that it's more of a bigger production. The one in Japan seems a little bit scaled down. But let's see. They didn't do as good of a job with the names or the disciplines on here. I'm assuming that these are the BMX ones, but it's just dirt men, park best trick men, park women. And it's again up here. But I'm assuming that this would make sense. So dirt best trick men, we've got Brady Baker, Andy Buckworth, Brandon Lupos, Logan Martin, Caden Stone, Jay Tui, Mike Varga, Ryan Williams. We don't have to go through all of these. We can do that next week. But in case you're interested, I'll just click through them quick for you to see later. Looks like a similar lineup here. They have a park women's event at this one as well. Street. Garrett Reynolds could genuinely go up the gold medal tier 2 medals in 2 weekends if he rides well. That's wild. So anyways, it'll be on their YouTube channel. I think they have a Twitch as well. And we'll see what we can do for a watch party tonight. Also, I wanted to plug this in here as well because I've been trying to highlight it every week. The Woods Room Bike Park. That just reminded me. This is why I'll plug it. And I'll plug these at the same time. We had a podcast from Breaking Free Skate Park with none other than Mike Potosny talking about the Woods Room and all of that. So it goes with it. Podcast. Let's see. BFS podcast with Mike Potosny. There. That'll be in the description as well. They don't do any more X Games Dirt. They will be next weekend in Salt Lake City. They had a dirt best trick and regular dirt contest. So yeah, the Indiegogo is up. There's a lot of different things you can pick from on here. A couple new ones that we may not have talked about yet are, let's see, Nora Champ's Butter Your Jumps. So that is that there are 3, maybe 4 Nora Cup winning Trail Rider of the Year Nora Cup winning riders, all local to Pittsburgh. So if you donate $750, then they'll come and butter your jumps. And I saw this and I was like, dang, I wish I had a spare $750 laying around to get Mark Potosny, Nathan Hallahan, Lucas Hallahan, and Chris Doyle all out to Apple Creek. I don't even expect them to dig. I just want them to all come out and ride. And that would be a great way to just make them come ride. It'd be hilarious. But if you want to do that, that option is there. The Jamie Bestwick signed frame is still available and up for grabs. A photo shoot with Murphy. There's still one of those available. The signed S&M history book is still available. Art for the Park by Mason Ritter still available. And a tattoo by Cody Hennings. 2 of those are still available. Session with the Pro also still available, I think. So yeah, go check out the podcast, and that for $75, I'll come to your trails and dial in the lips. That's hilarious. So then we've got the videos from this week as we almost reach 40 people. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. We've got Ishan Kirk Dojo STEM Buddy promo for the Yeah. If you haven't seen these yet, they're honestly really awesome. So it's got a bit of a theme going on here with, you know, Dragon Ball Z and the ninja kind of deal. We got Dragon Ball Z, then we've got John Wick, I think. Maybe it's not. I don't know. But they're cool. I'll ruin your jumps for a case of beer. Ha! That's too funny. So then we got a video from Rickson with Dan Crook called Shy. That's from the song in the video. The tricks that this dude has dialed in and can do anytime he wants to, it seems, are so nuts. So unbelievably technical and dialed. Dan Crook always gets it done. Then we've got the next Odyssey BMX guest list video. This one is from Odyssey this time. This is with Linda Grabner and Ethan Corrier shredding the full factory ramps. Such a fun ramp setup, and they killed it. Then we've got Animal Bike's Richie Freeman from their full-length video that came out not too long ago. And all you need to know is that you can see this pole jam if you watch this video. A literal roof drop pole jam, which is insane, and he nailed it. And there's a lot of other really, really creative pole jams in here where there's like two set up, and he'll go up 180, and then front peg bonk the next one. Just really creative spot usage in here that was fun to watch. Then we've got Cult and Act Like You Know in a video that seems to be a phone number. No idea what it is. Should I call it? I should call it. I'm going to call the phone number and see what happens. Let's see. Oh, dude, I already have this phone number in my phone. I'm not calling that. It is an actual person's phone number, and I'm not calling that. But that's hilarious. If you call it, it is a real person's phone number. Oops. It's 216 is local Cleveland. Yeah, I noticed that, and I just realized it's definitely in my phone. So if it wasn't, I would have called it, but I don't want to call a person that I know. Yeah. That's so funny that they named it an actual phone number. Either way, enough about the title. The video's 20 minutes long. It features Brandon Began, Damian Rackett, Trevor Halatka, and Rollin Rigsby. Is it your number? It is not my number. Call for $75. Nobody's donating $75. Oh, that is funny though. So there was a clip in here. I didn't get a chance to watch all of it, but I was kind of scrolling through it. For $95, I'll write it on multiple bathroom walls. There was a clip in here of Began. I can't remember. Damn it. It was something that was like, whoa, that is wild. But I can't remember exactly what it was. Oh, it was cellar door pocket air. There were corners, you know, like you would imagine with cellar doors, and he literally did a pocket air on it. It was so cool. Let's check this video out. Lots of creative and spot focus riding in there. Then we've got Robin Sloopmaker, a BMX direct interview. So it's 3 minutes long, and I forget. Yeah, Taiwan BMX direct interview there. Check it out if you want to hear what he has to say. Then we've got Jaden Mucha doing a bike check for Empire, building up a brand new bike and then talking about it. And I really enjoyed the honesty and the choices here in talking about why things were chosen. And he made it a point to say, Like, I'm doing this, not I'm doing this, but I pick the parts that I do because of what I believe in. And he pointed out, like, as a frame rider without a frame or a parts sponsor, maybe just frame. Either way, as a rider without a main sponsor like that, talking about these parts and bike choices from the lens of, like, I chose this because I believe in it is a cool thing. And J.R. Hobbs filmed it, so there you go. Another reason to watch it. Then we had Canode Nose with Tyler Fernagel. I didn't get a chance to watch this one either, but it is almost 3 hours long. Holy cow. I'm sure they talked about a lot. Tyler is one of the best BMX riders of our generation, has one hell of a story, mental health, addiction, and how to live a peace-filled life. He's committed to daily YouTube video releases on his channel every day. Damn. Well, let's just pull this up and see what his channel looks like. I hadn't seen it yet. Every day. Let's talk helmets. My worst crash in years. So far, it's 2 everyday videos. Who wants a raw cut of him building the bike? He has no idea what he's doing. If he's okay with that, you should definitely post that because it would be hilarious. Let's see. I'm going to have to rewatch this live, working, and miss 99% of it. What's up, Kid Wilson? Pretty sure I also saw you at the Buckeye Bike Show this past weekend. Riding BMX in South Florida Hood. Slow morning to myself. He has posted a lot. Yo, thank you, Keggy, for not only making an awesome thumbnail, but also sending in a $5 super chat. I appreciate you. I can almost watch BMX news live on my flight with the free in-flight internet. Super chat from above. The highest super chat of all super chats. Thank you. That's too funny. Tyler's YouTube channel is great. His dad helped him build his bike. It was sweet. Well, that's cool. I didn't even know he was doing this. A month ago is when he started. Good for him. Good for him. Moving on from here, we have Ty Morrow on the Unclick podcast. This one is almost 4 hours long, and here is everything that they talk about. That is crazy. That is a long one. But I'm sure it was good conversation because no boring conversation goes on for 4 hours almost. You forgot to add BMX drama to the poll. I can only add 4 answers. I'm sorry. So yeah, that podcast is out now. Check it out if you want to. Then we get into, we didn't do the events yet. So we should do the events. Back into the normal place for the events to go. Let's see here. Turn it on. Time. Lots of boring conversations go on for 4 hours. Fair enough. I was just trying to hype it. So, Time BMX app, social media, boom. Let's check out what Kier Serlin has going on. Step up bar spin train with my little bro. One post on there. Declan Brooks. Let's see what George has got going on. It's posting triple open loop. Yeah, social media aspect to it, but we are talking about the events right now before we get into the MooreBMX hashtag. So the events going on for the rest of the month. What do we have? Some pump track events for that Worlds qualifier. Or for $105, I will call you and have a boring 4-hour conversation about fishing line choices or a topic of your choice. There you go. Some trail stuff. We had the Helm Trails 20th anniversary jam in the Netherlands and the first, I guess, yeah, because the original first Ohio BMX Trail Series stop got rained out. So this is the first one that should happen is next weekend, June 28th at Gunlock Park in Marietta. Flatland, do we have anything else? Philippine National Championships for Park and Flatland and the Malaysian National Championships for Park and Flatland going down the 24th, then the 28th. Then we have race events. There's a bunch of races going down every weekend and in between all over the world, from the Netherlands to Australia, and the freestyle events. So this is what's going on this and next weekend, because those are the last weekends of June. X Games Osaka, of course, we already talked about. Costa Rica Freestyle Series 2. Talked about the Philippine National Championships. Feast Experience in France, the 27th through the 29th. Hillsday Street Jam in the UK. The Ohio, we talked about Trail Series. Name Here Jam going down next weekend. Champion BMX in the chat is affiliated with that. That's in Washington. Talked about these next two. Skyline BMX contest at Eurobike in Germany. Then the USA BMX Freestyle Digital State Series Round 4 starts the 29th and goes for a week. So there's also a map element to this, and it's always fun to bring up a random skate park in the middle of the world somewhere. So we always do that. So get some exotic locations listed in the chat. While we talk about the MooreBMX hashtag, we have Moritz. I'm pretty sure he told me he's from Germany. Ripping out some double whips, double whip air. That was crazy double whip. It was low air for getting both around Hawaii. Hawaii's pretty exotic. Mumbai. Trip to Africa or like Louisiana. For $250, I'll send you GPS coordinates from my phone for my favorite spots in Washington and Ohio for riding and fishing. That's hilarious. Then we've got Tom Middlestat sent me this. This is an event going down July 4th at the BMX Skate Church. So I'm not exactly sure where this is at in the world, but you can find more information if you hit up Tom on Instagram. Ew, Delaware. That's so funny. Then we've got J.R. Hobbs. He has been using the MooreBMX hashtag, and he is here with us in the chat. Doing some inside foot jams to a bar spin. Wait, I talked about this one already, didn't I? No, he did. He posted this yesterday. I don't know what I'm talking about. J.R. who? Hobbs. You know, like Hobbs and Shaw from that Fast and the Furious spinoff with The Rock and Jason Statham. Yep. Went there. Now, let's see. What else? We've got Kevin Jackson fulfilling what we asked for. What are you saying, JR? I'm saying you're ripped. It's not a bad thing. So anyways, when Kevin Jackson talked about the Brooklyn Banks being back, and he's close enough to it, I'm like, bro, next video's gotta be at the Banks. And he did it. So shout out to Kevin Jackson, ripping, doing a Vader on the Brooklyn Banks. I want to foof that rail. Hot dog. A wall ride to turn down, 180 pegs to fakie. Not sure who all these people are, but it's awesome to see this. Foot plant on the wall. I was in New York last weekend without my bike, and I was sad. That is pretty sad. Yo, pocket foof? Man, 1 foot foofanoo rail. I don't think I could hop high enough to get 1-footed foof on that. It's pretty high up. Brand black or clear pads on a chrome rim. I'm always rocking the clears, except for right now when I'm testing the red pads from Alienation. I'm always rocking clears otherwise on my bike that I ride at skate parks and stuff. And then on my trails bike, I have non-clear pads because I don't want it to be squeaky and annoying at the trails when I'm just trying to slow down after hitting the jumps. Clear pads with monster on the rim. CB the third says salmon cool stop. So yeah, Kevin Jackson killing it at the Banks. And then we've got Kevin Zuba. Hang on a second. He unscrewed whatever this stud is the nut off of it, and then goes on to it. Oh, he does a nose pick endo to fakie full 360 pivot to flat bar spin while sitting still. Creativity. Oh, and then we get to something else here. What do we got? Double peg, hop up to double tire, going into that endo, bringing the fakie around town into the Smith and off. Look at that. I think I'm going to check out the alienation pads after my eclat pads die. Probably should. Should probably get the alienation brakes. Bruh. Oh, the days of Coke poured on the rims. That's funny. Are you still shilling for S&M? Of course I promote S&M. American made. Oh, JR just sent me a message, said, missed this one. This is kind of an interesting thing here. He posted this one 21 hours ago. Boom. Riding with Casey Starling. Yo, is that Dan? No, that's Jameson. I was like, is that Danimal? No, it's Jameson. Flaring how many videos in a row will we see that hip flip? How many can we keep it going on, JR? Do it for every day for a whole month. Looks like fun. Rippin'. Love to see Jameson in there. Do you talk about the red pads in the video and why they use red? I mean, the main reason for the red is just to add some color, and it's part of Alienation's brand. A lot of stuff that they've done in the past has been with red, and the logo is red sometimes. And other than that, I mean, there's not much of a reason. It's another option. It's not quite at the same level as clear in terms of like braking. I was just talking to Zach at Alienation about this yesterday, saying like they stop fully and they work for everything and they haven't really slid out much. The only time they really did, they moved like the tiniest bit where you could feel it, but it didn't affect the trick at all. And so then when it comes to the clears just lock 100%. So it's kind of just a thing of like there's levels to it. Let's see. Casey hopped a 2-foot gap mid-nose manual to bar. Casey is incredible. It's that simple. Do they smell like salmon? I don't believe so. So that's the MooreBMX hashtag. Keep Kevin Zuba shredding up on the screen while we go and zoom into... Let's see. We got 50 people. Thanks for tuning in. What was the exotic location here? Mumbai. I'm doing Mumbai because that one's interesting to say. Mumbai, India, I'm assuming. And there is a skate park that pops up. Check it out. Right on the water. What does it look like? Carter Road Skate Park. Look at this. Oh, it's interesting. It's got a little whale tail going on. Little boob thingy. Big 4 blocks, some ledges, a rail. You can't really see the water from it, but that's okay. Dang it, I want to see this picture. There we go. The whale tail, the rail, a big wedge. Looks like it would be fun. Need some lime green brake pads. Yeah, I wasn't expecting this either whenever you said Mumbai. Pretty cool. So that's the Time BMX app. And if you want to find skate parks in your area or in India, you can. You want to post videos from those places? You can. It's pretty cool. So with that being said, hopefully everybody gets to shred this weekend. And if you're in Ohio, you get to choose between the 9th Street Jam and the Gunlock Trail Jam. Both are happening next weekend, the 28th. Yep, the 28th. I'll be at the 9th Street Jam, and I'm excited. Do the Gainesville skate park. Well, unfortunately, Caleb, we don't get a satellite view. So it's not going to... Yeah, there's no satellite view, so you don't get to see what you're trying to see there. But if you want to see what we're talking about, that's Gainesville, Georgia. Gainesville, Florida skate park. Just look it up and look at it from the sky. Look at it in satellite view. With that being said, I appreciate everybody for tuning in. Thank you, Kurt Rowell and Champion BMX, for the super chat, as well as Keggy. I appreciate you guys. We'll see if we can rally the troops for an X Games live watch party tonight. And I appreciate all you guys for tuning in. JR said he would phone in, so maybe we'll see what happens. I appreciate everybody, and we'll see you tomorrow for another video. I think so. Have a good day.